Hey there learners! English is hard. It's tough to master, and even native speakers regularly make mistakes. In this series, we're looking at some that happen way too often, and we'll show you how to avoid them.
Who is one of the big W question words. It relates to information about people. Who is the best Avenger? Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? And so on. It is also a pronoun, meaning that it is a word that can be used in place of a noun. The words whose, and whom are all related, but people can have difficulty working out when to use them. In spoken word, whose and whose aren't a problem, as they are homophones. But when it comes to writing, we need to know which is which. As we have seen previously, an apostrophe tells us that there are letters missing. So we can use this to remember that whose is short for who is or who has. Who's hungry? Who's got the remote? Who's a good boy? We also saw previously that pronouns show possession differently to nouns. So just like it becomes its, who becomes whose. Neither have an apostrophe. Whose line is it anyway? You and whose army? John, whose father was a fisherman, wants to follow the same career. There are stars whose radiance is visible on Earth, though they have long been extinct. See how pronouns never use apostrophes for possession. Whom is generally considered a more formal way of asking who, but there is actually a correct way to use it that has little to do with formality. It is simply that whom tends to be the correct option in more formal types of writing. Who is a subjective case pronoun, meaning it functions as a subject in a sentence, and whom is an objective case pronoun, meaning it functions as an object in a sentence. Who works in the same way as I, he, she, we, and they. It is used as the subject of a sentence. That means it performs actions. Who wore it better? I don't know who broke the vase. Whom works in the same way as me, him, her, us, and them. It is the object of a verb or preposition. That means whom is acted on. So often it will be paired with a preposition. Whom did you see? To whom it may concern. You spoke with whom? In the first sentence, whom is being seen, not doing the seeing. So we could ask the question, who saw whom? Here, who was seeing and whom was being seen. Some consider whom to be a way to add emphasis to the word who. This is also incorrect. You can emphasize who with whoever or who on earth. Whoever does she think she is? Who on earth made this mess? More recently, a meme word has crept into use as a way to sound formal in an exaggerated joke. Whomst do you speak of? Whomst is not a real word, but its fairly common use may mean it soon will be accepted into dictionaries. So to summarize, whose with an apostrophe is an abbreviation, whose without is possessive, and whom is for when we want to know if a person received an action.
Thanks for listening. Check back soon for more tips on how to master English with focus on learning.